So this is for you, my gorgeous Sagittarius, and it's in between the 20th and the actual 26th of June 2022. At the beginning of the week, you are going to feel really impatient, but what you're going to feel impatient about, this is going to surprise you, because suddenly this specific element of your life, it's actually going to be highlighted, okay? And that in itself, it's really at the same time going to make you aware of the fact, that, the next stage of this, when it comes to you feeling impatient, it's to do with the plan, but it's also at the same time to do with the poor planning that happened in some moment in time over the last 24 months. So this is already the second stage of something that it's actually really important to you and on the current path that you have found yourself at. So, there are elements of the poor planning from before that are going to be highlighted. So that is going to be absolutely obvious. So this is what is going to kind of worry you a little bit. So on one hand, you're going to find yourself being impatient, but then again, it's all about the actual, you waiting for something very specific. You waiting for things starting to move on. You kind of focusing on those things that haven't moved on for a while when it comes to your life. So this in itself is going to make you feel impatient, but at the same time, you're going to worry, oh my God, you're going to worry that you're going to make some kind of mistake when it comes to the actual planning, because over the last 24 months something happened and you were blaming yourself, or you are going to blame yourself, that this is due to the actual poor planning. So that in itself, it's going to need from you one particular thing. Okay, what you're going to need to realize here, what are you going to need to realize here, and what are you going to realize here, my gorgeous Sagittarini? It's the fact that soft approach don't work. This is what you need to understand. This is what you need to remember. Soft approach don't work. You need to be as unpredictable as possible. This is very important for you to understand. You need to be as unpredictable as possible, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and that in itself is going to require, that in itself it's really going to bring you the whole new kind of perspective into your life, but at the same time, it's just going to make you aware of the fact that after this moment in time, you also need to be as direct as you possibly can, because you will become aware of the fact that you do have the necessary knowledge. And that necessary knowledge you need to share in such a way where you need to share this with people, where you need to come out of yourself, but at the same time there is going to be a mind-blowing intuitive awareness that you are going to have, and that in itself means that you have to trust your inner voice whatsoever, because it's all about the contemplation. This is all going to lead towards an important contemplation, and once you start contemplating, there are so many elements of like a mystery that you are going to feel as well. There are so many elements of of other things that are going to come to you into your own equation, with things that have been happening over the last 24 months, not in your life in particular, not to you personally, but it was affecting your life. Of course, things that have been happening around you. So this in itself, it's really going to make you aware something very specific, something very particular, and you're also going to become aware that your life was maybe manipulated a little bit, so you will want to come out of it, and this is exactly what you should be doing at this moment in time, and this is the contemplation that is going to come out of this situation. By the time you get to the midweek, my gorgeous Sagittarini, what I really like here is the fact that you will know exactly what you are responsible for when it comes to your life, and that in itself is going to make you aware of the fact that now it's time to make rules, and now it's time to maintain the actual order, because this part of your life, it's going to really become a very solid foundation when it comes to you really reaching a milestone in so many different ways. But also over the next 4 months, you are going to celebrate overnight and absolutely mind-blowing achievement. So just remember about this solid foundation that is about to be laid here. Okay, this is important. And at the same time, it's really, you need to understand that it's to do with your spiritual path, what you're focusing on right now, what you're trying to achieve right now, what is slowing you, what is blocking you down, where do you want to get, why are you slowing yourself down. Ignore the negativity from the outside, because the negativity took over and negativity just affected so many people. And now it's time to trust yourself. I'm not saying that you didn't trust yourself, but trust me, this is going to be evident, because something big is going to happen here. Just remember that what is going to happen this week is going to lead the path towards you becoming well established, but it depends what you're working on, what they're trying to achieve. Be open-minded and think positively. My Lord, do not let the negativity, do not allow the negativity from outside to actually take over. Don't worry about any limits. You've got no limits whatsoever. The only limit in this world is you. Okay, you are your own limit. So there is something that you need to come out of, almost like as if you're going to realize, subconsciously you were like kind of blocking yourself, you were preventing yourself from moving forward, and you are going to realize this at the midweek. And this is also going to be part of the whole thing here. So of course that this is important, and that in itself is going to make you aware of something. You're going to see something, and that is going to give you an idea as well. And that in itself, it's also going to be connected to an important vision. And it's all about you basically building upon success, but also realizing that something so big is going to happen by the time you get to the actual December 2022 and January 2023. There's so many different elements that you're not going to believe that are going to actually manifest and take place. Your life is going to be absolutely completely different, but you have to give in such a way where you need to be as open-minded. This is the time of the breakthrough. This is the time of your turning point. And by the time you get to the last part of this week, it's not all going to be like a pinky, daisy. Do you know what I mean? Orchid, sorry. But it's like this is orchid, but I said daisy, obviously. So, but basically, and daisies are not pink either. Anyway, so the last part of this week, there is a challenge that you are going to have. You're going to feel challenged so much. And that challenge that you're going to feel, it's really going to make you to defend yourself and to protect your position. And that in itself really means that you should really stand your ground. My gorgeous Sagittarini, this is so important. You need to stand your ground. When you're challenged, say what it is. Be open. Be honest. Stand your ground. Be direct. This week it's all about the direct communication. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? By being honest. I'm not saying that you're dishonest, but by being honest when you reply to this, you build such a strong energy around you. Nothing can stop you, because this is the part of your spiritual journey. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about you basically being challenged and understanding that you're going to be challenged at the end of the week, but it's all about you kind of standing your ground. And also, what is even more important, at a time when you are challenged, at a time when you're going to feel like you want to put your foot down, at a time when you're going to feel like you need to fully express yourself, okay? You must understand that you must not be distracted, by something new, because at the same time, this is going to take a little bit of energy away from you, and then there is something new going to come up, and new option, new opportunity, but this one is not going to be for you. You must understand that at that moment in time, this challenge, it's only going to affect your balance a little bit, and the direct result of that is you viewing this kind of opportunity. This is going to distract you, something new, some kind of opportunity, but it's not something that you should go for, because you're going to know that something is going to be putting you off, because you will feel the elements of being unable to commit, and this in itself is going to be a sign. So try to not to be distracted by something new here, because it's only like a bit of a distraction, which is only going to work really great for you, because when it comes to your spiritual journey, when it comes to your karma, that how you need to respond to this is just to keep on following your own path. Don't be distracted by something new, but at the same time, the teamwork and collaboration, it's so on top of the game at this moment in time. Teamwork and collaboration is going to elevate you in every single way. And also, there's the certain skills that you are going to recognize to the actual teamwork and collaboration at around the end of the work. And that in itself, it's really going to play a vital role when it comes to building something so specific and so special, which is going to change your life in the best possible way. You know, the last part of this week, it's all about the ambition and drive and focus that you're going to feel. And the wonderful vibration, this wonderful vibration is going to make you feel even more confident, you know, and you are going to realize like, wow, you know, there is a willful direction about to come up. But at the same time, you are going to realize that it's all about the self-discipline, but it's not only about the self-discipline. It's all going to come from the fact when you're going to realize that suddenly, things that haven't been under your control are beautifully coming into your control, under your control. And this is brilliant, because at the same time, you know, this is the beginning of you realizing that now it's time to transform your ideas and goals into realities. And that also means that you've got absolutely all the resources you need. And just remember that, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.